Hey everybody, Bill Murphy here with MMORPG.com, and today we are celebrating Trion Worlds' launch of Trove, their voxel-based MMORPG, this little game that kind of came out of nowhere from a couple of guys' brains at Trion Worlds. It has a small team on it, maybe like 10 people, I think, designing the thing, and yet every week or so they've been adding content for months now. Ever since Alpha, they've been adding new stuff and tweaking new things and making the game, out of nowhere, it's become an MMORPG with a full guild system, world system, player-created content, and even though it's been an open beta now since November of last year, today is the day it officially launches. And recently we sat down with Trion's producer, Andrew Krausnick, to kind of talk about where the game is now and where it's going in the future. We want to go over just a few of those things in celebration of today's official launch on the Glyph platform. So the first thing that you need to know is it's available now. Obviously, you can get it on Glyph. You can also get it on Steam today. And if you get it on Steam, there's going to be some neat little things you get with the Steam version as well. So I would think about I would consider downloading it there as well, if you're a fan. Also, Andrew told us that the Mac version is currently being worked on. It's in the Friends and Family internal testing right now with Glyph. They're adding polish and everything like that to it, and as soon as they can after launch, the Mac version will be available. There's a Refer a Friend system now, where you'll be able to get sweet dragons, because who doesn't love dragons, just by referring your friends. You know, it's not a kind of game where they have to subscribe to do stuff, but your friends actually have to play the game to get for you to get the reward. So the more mastery levels your friends get, the more cool stuff you'll get. Additionally, Andrew told us that PvP is finally in the internal testing stages. It'll be going into sort of a beta version post-launch. I know that's weird, but they're going to be putting it in. It's subject to change right now, but it's basically when you engage in PvP, you're going to be put on an island with 10 players, and you're going to be tracking down this blood dragon. And the first person to kill the blood dragon wins the game. Now, how do you kill him? Because he's a really tough boss. Well, every other person you kill, you're going to get a blood shard, and these will increase your health and damage. So as soon as you attack the dragon, though, everybody else is alerted, and then everybody comes and tries to kill you while you're trying to kill the dragon, and it's just chaotic, fun, and crazy. All your gear and all your stats and everything like that are completely normalized, so you don't have to worry about being a higher or a lower level. It's all about getting the blood shards by attacking and killing other players. It's not really about the gear. And no, they're not really worried about class balance or anything like that too, because again, it's about the blood shards more than anything else, and it's about the fun of just kind of partaking in this chaotic battle to take down the blood dragon. And you'll get, of course, there'll be rewards that are tied to PvP and stuff like that, but they'll have more info on that later. Another thing that's coming are badges. A very light version came in with the Dragons update recently, but a live version has a full new UI, brand new inventory, new character sheet, much easier to manage, and everything looks snazzier. So they're going to be adding more and more badges, which are like these meta achievements that give you bonuses too. So you'll see a lot of cool stuff with badges as the game launches today. And there are going to be brand new mastery points and qubits to spend and store, unique unlocks that are all tied to these badges, including mounts, wings, helms, and all of that to show off how much you've done and what things you've accomplished. You might see somebody with like some crazy hat or some crazy face running around. You're going to say, how do I get that? And of course, it's going to be through the badge system. Of course, there's even more stuff coming too, and that is that mounts which can turn water into ice as you run over it. There's going to be mounts that can dig through mountains. They're going to do a lot more with mounts to make it more than just about traveling over the land and more about traveling through the land. They have this fully destructible world, so they want to make sure that everything they do kind of plays with that sort of interactivity with the world, because it's unique to Trove, so why not do it? And interesting, we also ask Andrew, Trove, a lot of our serious MMORPG players, they look at it and they say, well, it's the voxel art style, it just kind of throws me off, or maybe it's too weird, it's too goofy, it's too much for kids. Well, they have all their analytics and stuff like that, all their metrics that are tracking data, and the top of the bell curve for the game's age demographic is actually 24 years old. So it's a lot older than I thought it was going to be, which I think is interesting, but it also makes me feel old. It makes our friend the Hive Leader feel old, and our friend Sompor Fazana feel old because we're all playing it, and we're all over 30. I guess maybe we're just kids at heart. Now, what about the cadence of updates after launch? So right after launch, the public test server will be coming out. There will also be brand new European adventure worlds so that you can actually play with players that are in Europe and kind of get everybody together, so you know if you're in the European time zones, you'll be able to play with them. But they're still likely going to do weekly cadence for patches and updates, but more like 6 to 8 weeks for their major updates, like the fish and ships and stuff like that. So these weekly systems might have small updates, additional little things are added to the game, but it's going to be every month and a half to 2 months that you get these big, massive updates. So really the cadence of updates isn't going to change now that they're in launch. They've been doing it now for so long, and it's so easy for them to add things that they don't have a problem actually continuing to use that cadence. They've actually gotten very good at it, and we'll have to just see after launch, because it's pretty rare for a game, especially a free-to-play one, to offer so much content so quickly. And also there are going to be clubs and social updates coming with big new features to make them more progression based. So clubs, if you're not familiar, clubs are like guilds in Trove, and there's actually going to be a sort of club leveling system which will give you perks and things like that within the game depending on how far your own personal club has progressed. They're cramming even more stuff in. There's new classes coming, of course, all the time, and when the game launches on Steam a little bit later today, I can't stress enough that this is a game that if you feel like you need something different from the MMO world, this is one that you want to check out. It's not going to be for everybody. Scott from Trion Worlds and Andrew from Trion Worlds and all those guys, they know that this isn't necessarily like going to take the world by storm and be the next World of Warcraft, but it's a unique MMORPG that you're not going to really find anything like it anywhere else. What started off as to some people as looking like they were trying to capture the Minecraft success has turned into something entirely its own, and entirely its own unique little shell of a huge world. Trove is not about questing. It's not about endgame gear and treadmills and things like that. It's just about going into these worlds, seeing something new every time you log in, because every world is different and they're all procedurally generated, and it's about just having fun and going out there and finding friends and doing weird things and chasing down weird mushroom bosses and flying around on dragons and blowing holes in the sides of mountains and things like that. It's just a fun game. It launches today on Glyph, on Steam. You get in there, you'll get some perks, you'll get some cool stuff, so why not try it? It's absolutely free. It comes highly recommended from us. You can find our review of the game actually back from open beta on MMORPG.com, and yeah, just get in there, give it a shot. What do you got to lose? This is Bill Murphy. This has been today's gut reaction for you all around the Trove launch. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook at MMORPG.com without the dot. And as always, you can follow me at the Bill Murphy. Have a good one, guys. Go out there and be a Trovian and kill some stuff and blow up some blocks. Go for it.
Make sure to level up your MMO knowledge by visiting MMORPG.com, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and by following us on social media. To catch up on the week's biggest MMO news, watch our latest MMO FTW. And to see if there's a better MMO out there for you, watch one of our latest First Impressions videos. Thanks for watching.